is not coming here for the G20 Summit in person. If you can talk more on that, the reasons behind that. And will the President attend the summit virtually?
This is obviously not my prerogative to make any announcement and statements as regards to the presidential schedule. Yes, we know, and I've seen the press secretary who came on record as regards the presidential schedule in connection with the G20. But I would suggest that we wait for the official announcement that will be made by the presidential office as regards his participation in the G20, in what format it will be, who is going to represent Russia at the summit. I think that such an announcement will be made shortly.
Right. So it has been more than 1.5 years since the began between Russia and Ukraine. What is the situation right now? Can we expect some peace in the future?
The situation is obviously tense. The fighting continues. We have been very straightforward from the very start that we are open and are looking towards a peaceful resolution of the conflict. However, the Ukrainian side has repeatedly said that it is not interested in negotiations with Russia. The Western backers of Ukraine continue to supply Ukraine with weapons and military equipment. It doesn't leave space towards the resolution and the peace on the ground, the cessation of hostilities on the ground. I would like to specifically point out that for decades prior to the aggravation of the situation last year, Russia has been very open and straightforward in our talks with NATO countries, with Europe, with the United States, saying that the expansion of NATO eastwards, the dangers that it poses towards Russia are very serious. And if we don't take measures, if we don't come to an agreement, mutually acceptable agreement as regards the security situation in Europe, it would eventually erupt into a military conflict, into a situation when there is no space for peaceful resolution of the controversies and of various dangers that we have in Europe as regards the security situation. No spaces would be left for that, and the situation will become very tense and would lead to a military conflict. Nobody listened to us. Russia's viewpoint has been dismissed as irrelevant, and now we have the consequence to that adamant position that the West has taken. So it's not that at the moment it's not that Russia has taken the aggressive position. It is specifically the defensive line that we have been executing, and it is up to the West, it is up to Ukraine to start listening to us and start seriously contemplating the peaceful resolution of the current conflict. We are ready for that. But the other side doesn't seem so.
The economical situation of Russia, especially after the Western sanctions.
The economy, despite the massive economic sanctions imposed by the Western countries on Russia, I would even put it like an economic war against Russia, because the number of sanctions is overwhelming. Tens of so-called sanctions packages, hundreds of sanctions, unprecedented amount of sanctions. Despite that, the economy is on the rise. The gross domestic product is increasing. The domestic production is on the rise. The financial situation is stable. Obviously, we have done a great job in securing the stability of the Russian economy, despite the intentions of our adversaries to disrupt it. They do not hide that the purpose is to destroy the economy of the Russian Federation, and in these efforts they have been very obviously unsuccessful. We, on our part, have never wanted and do not want to isolate ourselves from the rest of the world, from the international economic cooperation. We are open. We want to continue. We want to do business and to continue doing business with with Europe, with the United States. It's quite the opposite. The Western countries, our traditional partners, they have decided to disrupt the relationship. But I believe that the business community, the various Western companies do not want that, but they have been forced to follow the political line, and as we see, the political line of the so-called Western bloc has faltered, and it would obviously fail in future.
So the Russian president also participated in the SCO summit that was recently held in July virtually. Iran joined as a new member, and Belarus would be the new member to close.
No, the SCO sorry, the SCO plays a very important role, especially worldwide in world affairs at large, but especially in Central Asia. The scope of cooperation is very vast. It covers the economy, it covers the cultural ties, the humanitarian ties. The member countries discuss politics, of course, the security. There is the anti-terrorist structure within the SCO. The expansion of the organization is also an indication towards the influence the organization plays and the role it plays in tackling those issues and various spheres of cooperation that I mentioned. The Afghanistan situation has always been a very much topical issue within the SCO deliberations. Iran, who joined the group, and Belarus, that is eager to join the organization, would obviously play a very positive role in the deliberations and in the work of the SCO. India has been a very active member of the organization, and besides security, the economic part, the business development of business ties of the member countries, and the improvement of connectivity in the region. These issues are also very much important and have been in the focus of the deliberations within the organization. I would also like to mention Russia's proposal to give a push to the idea of a united Eurasia space, the bigger Eurasia space, to enhance the cooperation of the countries in Eurasia. Previously, we advocated and still advocate the united space from Lisbon to Vladivostok. Obviously, at the moment, Europe is not very eager to promote this idea, but we believe that the united Eurasia, the bigger role of Eurasia, which means the countries and the community that constitute the Eurasian continent, that would certainly be a very favorable development for the world at large, and we would continue. Russia will continue to advocate the cooperation within the Eurasian space in future.
So as we speak, in the relationship between India and Russia in terms of trade, oil and defense?
As the figures say, and we are very much satisfied with the economic development between our countries. That is on the rise. The trade is on the rise, manifold. Yes, we speak mostly of Russian commodity exports towards India, but not only. We've been cooperating in various spheres of economy, in high tech. We maintain the dialogue on in various advanced spheres of economy and science and technology. The cooperation in nuclear energy is has been very successful. We remain the only country which practically cooperates with India in this area, in nuclear energy, peaceful use of nuclear energy. Defense cooperation is very much extended and comprehensive. It continues despite the sanctions put on many Russian players in this sphere. We participate very actively in the Make in India program in various directions, not only in defense but in civil production and railways, for example. So we see the interest and the intention of the Indian side to continue economic cooperation with Russia, business ties with Russia. The interest of various Indian businesses is very obvious. The interest of Russian companies has increased manyfold. And so we are looking towards an expansion of economic ties between our countries. Some problems that we face at the moment, like the financial transactions, they have been tackled with dedication and with the desire to find ways to overcome the stumbling blocks and the blocks that some of the Western countries want to create and have created.
On the delivery of the Russian S-400ND aircraft missile to India?
As far as the S-400 deliveries are concerned, they have been going on track, and the chiefs of the Russian companies involved in those supplies have come on record confirming the supplies will be concluded in time and according to the schedule mutually agreed with our Indian partners. We are speaking about the completion of deliveries by the end of next year.